Hello, Grade 2. This is Miss Asma, and this is our second session in Chapter 10. And today we will learn together how to use a picture graph to show data. First, we have here a tally chart. As we said yesterday, this is a tally chart. And this is Mr. Martin's class made this tally chart. So this tally chart for the title here is for favorite hobby. So we have here some hobbies, and the tally charts here, tally marks here represent what? Represent the number of the students who prefer each hobby. In this tally chart, if I asked you how many more children in this class choose sports than choose reading as their favorite hobby. So, according to these tally marks, I have to know how many number of the children prefer each hobby. So, if you look at the row of the graphs here, this is the first set of 5 and one more, so they are 6. And here, if you look at the second row, which is reading, we will get that there are 4 students preferred reading. For music, this is a set of 5, right? So it means there are 5 students preferred music. And this in the sports row here, this is the first set of 5 and 2 more, so there are 7 students choose sports. The question here is, how many more children choose sports than reading? So I have to look at the row of the sports and the row of reading. I cannot hear that the row of the sports is more than the row of the reading by how many tally marks here? Yes, there are 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 more children choose sports than reading. Now let's see page 660. Here a picture graph uses picture to show data. So in this chart I use the pictures to represent the numbers, right? Instead of using the tally marks like here to represent the numbers. So in the picture graph I will use the pictures to show data. We said data means information, like people, maybe ideas, maybe numbers. All of these are information or data. So I have to look at the title of the picture graph here. The title here is number of soccer games. And we have here in the first column March, April, May, and June. And we have here some balls. In any picture graph, we have to find the key. What is the key here? The key, we can know the key from the title of the picture graph. The title here is number of soccer games. So, each picture or each ball here in this picture graph stands for or represents one game. So, in March, there are how many balls here? There are 4. So each ball, we said, represents one game. So there were 4 games in March. So in April, there are how many balls here? How many games? Yes, there are 3. And in May, there are, yes, 6. What about June? Yes, there are 7 balls or 7 games, right? Okay. The second one here, he said to me, use the picture graph to answer the questions. This is also a picture graph because it has some pictures to represent the numbers. So, to get the key, I have to read the title of the picture graph, right? The title here is favorite snack. and he gave me some snacks: pretzels, grapes, popcorn, and apples. And he put in each row some pictures, right? So each picture here represents what? I can get the key from the title we said. So he speaks for favorite snacks. So each picture we represent what? We represent how many students or how many child choose each snack. So related to pretzels, so I have to count how many smiley face are these here. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 students or 8 children choose pretzels. So the key here is what? The key that each smiley face represents or stands for one child. What about the grapes? Let's count together how many smiley faces in the row of the grapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there are 7 children. So there are 7 children choose grapes. What about popcorn? There are 3 children. The apples, there are 6 children. So did you get the key here? Yes. The key, we said each smiley face stands for one child. And we use the picture here to represent the number. Okay, number 1. Which snack was chosen by the fewest children? So you have to look at the picture graph. You have to look at each number. The fewest number here, the fewest smiley faces here is what? Yes, we have 8, 7, 3, 6. Yes, the smallest one or the fewest one is 3. Which snack? Yes, popcorn. So we have to write here popcorn. Number 2. How many more children choose pretzels than apples? He said to me here, how many more? It's a magic word. Do you remember? How many more means I will make, yes, subtraction to get the difference. He asked me how many more children choose pretzels than apples. So I have to look at the row of the pretzels and the row of the apples. The pretzels are 8 and the apples are 6 students. So what is the difference? 8. The 8 is more than 6 by what? Yes, the difference between two numbers, I can get the difference by subtracting the bigger number from the smaller number like that. I can write 8 minus 6, or I can count from the smaller number to reach the bigger number to get the difference. So there are 2 more children. Let's move to page 661. The question here is use the picture graph to answer the questions. So this is our picture graph and the title here. The first step I have to look at the title to get the key. The title here is number of pencils. And we have here some children. We have Alana, Kayana, Dante, and Brad. And there are some pencils in the row of each student. So, what do you think? What is the key here? Yes, the key that each picture of pencil stands for one pencil. So there are the number of the pencils with each student. How many pencils do Alana and Brad have? Alana and Brad have how many pencils here? So, to get the total of the pencils of both of them, I have to add how many with each student. So according to Alana, there are how many pencils with Alana? Yes, there are 3. And Kayana, there are 5. What about Dante? There are 4. And Brad, there are 8 pencils. He asked me about Balana and Brad. So Alana has 3 and Brad, so I will add the number of the pencils with him. They are 8. So the answer will be yes, 11 pencils. Number 4, how many more pencils does Kayana have than Alana has? So I will look at the row of yes, Kayana and the row of Alana. Kayana has 5. What about Alana? Alana has 3. So Kayana has how many more pencils than Alana? The 5 is more than 3 by what? Yes, by to get how many more? I have to make subtractions. A bigger number minus the smaller number to get the answer. So it will be yes, 2. 5 is more than 3 by 2 pencils, which are here. Number 5, Mrs. Green had the same number of pencils as the 4 children. We have here 4 children in our picture graph. We have 4 children. Mrs. Green has the same number of pencils as the 4. So, to get the answer, what shall I do? I have to count all the pencils with all the children because she has the same number. So, I will add all pencils together. So, it will be 3 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8, and the answer should be what? 3 plus 5, it will give me 8. 8 plus 4, yes, 12. 12 plus 8, supposed to be 20 pencils. Okay. Let's move to page 662. Here we have a picture graph, right? And the title here is what? Can you read with me the title? Yes. Favorite balloon color. So he will represent here each color and the number of the children who preferred this color. So each balloon here, the key here is what? The key here is that each balloon what from the title? I can get the key from the title. Each balloon represents or stands for, yes, 1 child. Okay, which 3 colors were chosen by a total of 13 children? First, we have to get the number of each child who preferred each color. According to the green color, there are, you have to count the balloons. So there are 4 children. And the blue color, there are 5 children. The red, yes, count with me, 7. And the purple, there are 4 children choose purple. The question here, which 3 colors were chosen by a total of 13 children? A total. Total means I will add them together, right? To get the sum. So I have to choose 3 colors from these colors, and the answer, if we add them together, should be 13. Let's try from the beginning. The first one, 4. Let's try it with each one. 4 plus 5 supposed to be 9. 9 plus 7, it will give me 13? Of course not. So let's try 9 plus 4. 9 plus 4, yes, there are 13. So what did we do here? We added the children. We choose the green color and the blue color with the purple color. So which colors are these? Yes, the green, blue, and what? And purple. Okay. Let's see number 8. Use the numbers on the tiles to complete the sentence about the picture graph. He gave me some tiles here, over each one number, right? And he gave me also a picture graph. He wants me to complete this sentence with these numbers to make a true sentence. So let's see our picture graph. Picture graph represents what? I can get it from the title, right? Number of pets. So here at the first column we have some children and here, yes, the key here is what? The key here is each diamond stands for or represents what? Represents, from the title, represents the pets, right? So each diamond stands for one pet. So Scott has how many pets? Yes, there are 3. What about Andrey? He has only 1 pet. What about Maddie? There are 2 pets. He has 2 pets. Let's see sentence number 1. Scott has how many pets? I have to choose from here. Scott, look at the row of the Scott. Yes, he has 3 pets. 2 pairs. Sentence number 2. Andrey has how many fewer pets than Scott? So I will look at the row of the Andrey and the row of Scott. I know that Andrey has only 1 pet and Scott has 3. So the 1 pet is fewer than 3 by what? We said before, to get how many fewer or how many more, I can make subtraction. The bigger number minus the smaller number, or we can count from smaller number to reach the bigger. So 1, look at the picture graph. 1 is fewer than 3 by what? By 2 pets. Sentence number 3. Maddie and Scott have how many more pets than Andrey? So I have to look at the row of the Maddie and Scott together. Scott and Maddie. Scott has 3, right? And Maddie has 2. So both of them have what? Have how many pets? Maddie and Scott. Yes, we add them together. So 3 plus 2 will give me 5. What about Andrey? Andrey has only 1, right? So 5 here. So Maddie and Scott have how many more pets than Andrey? 5 is more than 1 by what? Yes, by 4. I can subtract 5 minus 1 to get 4, or we can count from 1 to reach 5, right? Okay, grade 2, thank you for watching. Goodbye.